Well, hello, good morning. Welcome again to River Valley Farm. And today, as I said yesterday, we're going to put a inline electric fuel pump on this thing. Can't say as I'm terribly impressed with the idea, but anyway, that's what we're going to do because that's about the last thing I can do. But before we go full retard on it and do that, the only piece of this puzzle that I have any question about left anyway is this piece of line right here. Okay, I don't know how well you guys can see that back up in there, probably not well at all, but anyway, these two bends, there's two bends here that have kind of been straightened out over time for some reason. So what we're going to do, are actually three. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out, since we got to put a pump in here anyway, we're going to cut out this bend back to another bend back there and put in a piece of rubber line just for good measure before we go completely stupid and put in a pump. But that way we'll have room to put in a pump if we need to. So there we go for now. That's what we're going to do. If it solves it with if the problem solves with just the rubber line, then we'll go from there. I'll go find a piece of steel line or a couple pieces of this size of steel line and we'll make new. Okay, that would be, I think, way more sensible on my part than putting this pump in here. But anyway, this is a pump that I have used for years to fill fuel filters and transfer stuff and transfer fuel, whatever. But it does still work. I know it doesn't look like it probably would, but it does, and it is a diesel fuel pump, micro electric diesel pump. I don't have any memory at all of what its flows, but we have it if we end up needing it. So there we go. That's what we're going to go with for right now. I'm going to yank that piece of line out of there again. We'll cut out what we don't want of it and go from there. Well, okay. I put in a rubber line and we're all going to see what happens here now. Hopefully something good. In its defense, at the moment it is like 45 degrees. So it started. We're going to let it warm up a little bit and see if that helps it. It could be that it is cold and that's what's causing this right now, so we're going to give it a chance to warm up, see if that makes it run any better. I'm about going to say no, it won't, but anyway. So here's my rubber line that I put in. I've got it all hooked back up, everything's tight. Again, no air. Fuel line's on the Valve's on all the way, so oh, we'll let it run, I guess, and see what happens. I don't know. It rained yesterday, so it's nice and wet. We're at least gonna go out here in the sun where it's warm. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. So yeah, we are well, we're just gonna let it run and warm up and see what it does. I don't think it's gonna help, but we'll go back in there in a little bit and try it, and if it still doesn't run, then we'll put the pump in. After that, I really don't know what we're gonna do. Tell me to look at the camera once in a while, guys, that way I know what I'm pointing at. Okay, so it appears to have cleaned up sitting there running. I got crap all over my lens again, or what? Well, that made it worse, if anything. Hang on. Well, okay, it's still smoking now that we get in the right viewpoint here. Let's see what happens when we throttle her up. Okay, no better. It's all right. Yay, now we gotta put it on, and see what happens then. This is getting tiresome, really it is. Anyway, so yeah, let me get that pump in there, and then we'll see what happens after that. If it's still no better, I mean, I don't know what we're going to do. If I knew where there was another one that was running correctly, we would go and see where the timing marks on the pump lined up with the marks on the balancer. But these were apparently never very popular, and we have a fuel leak going here. What the hell is this all about? I just saw a drip. Oh, okay, so, well, that could be part of the problem there. I don't know if I could tighten that enough to make it quit doing that or not, though. Let's see. We may very well have to go get some smaller fuel line. I don't know, because that clamp's already really tight. Yep, that's it. Just broke it. So, but it seems to have quit leaking. So, on the other one, you can't even get to it the way it is. But anyway, or did it? Yeah, but fine. Where'd my light go? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to put this pump in here. Just cut the line in two, put the pump in, call it good enough for now, and we'll go from there. And we'll figure out what all we got to do to get it in there correctly, some way, fashion that it'll hold and stay and not leak and get tore off. And okay, so pump's installed, in line anyway. I'm not going to bother trying to wire it in right now. I'm just going to touch the terminal ends to the doodad down there and call it good for right now. Okay. Again, I don't know what this pump is capable of putting out or anything else, but we're just gonna, it's running, start the tractor, see what happens here. Of course, now I'm on the wrong side of it, so hang on a minute. Okay then, that kind of takes care of that, I think. It's not a supply issue. At least if it is a supply issue, I don't know how the hell it is, but you never know, I guess. I'm not an injection pump shop. I'm just a, you know, diesel heavy equipment mechanic for the last, what? 18 years now, 19 maybe. So, yeah, anyway. And then of course, if you want to count more experience along the lines of stuff like this since I was like 10 years old. But anyway, yeah, I'm completely lost at what else it could be other than the injection pump at this point in time. If anyone has any suggestions, by all means, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Yeah, like I say, the only other thing I can hope for is to find someone around that has a tractor with this engine in it that I can go check and see what are, like I said, where its timing marks line up when the pump is in time. The timing marks on the crank pulley line up when the pump is in time. That is all we can really do at this point in time. Like I said, I'm coming up with no place where that's going to be available. I don't think there's very many of these little 3-cylinder International tractors around here. But anyway, that's, like I said, that's the only thing I can think to do. I might know where one is. Maybe. I've been thinking about this for 3 days, honestly, and I still haven't come up with the name of where one's at. I think it's a Case IH, and I think it's a 485, but either way, it's still a D179 engine. It should still have the same pump on it. And that's about it. But anyway, so, yeah, I guess if there's more to this video, then there'll be more to this video. If not, thanks for watching. Okay then, listen to this. You'll notice that we've torn in a little bit farther here. We've torn in a lot of it farther here, but anyway, we're in this far, so we might as well go ahead I noticed that I had a compression leak here on number 1 injector. Okay, so I fixed that, obviously, and then lo and behold, it got completely over all of its problems. I don't understand how and I don't understand why, but anyway, there we go. So next up on my list, I'm going to take the electric fuel pump out and see if it still runs. That way, and oh, and for another curiosity's sake here, I checked Mesics.com and found out that these 2 banjo bolts are a different part number. So swap those out as well. I don't know if that made a tinker's bit of difference or not. Actually, it helped it a little bit. It got me to where I could at least get half throttle, and then it would go stupid again. And I did find another guy is about, I don't know, 10 miles. Well, 10 miles by road. If I was to walk there, it would have been like 2. That has a 485 Case International tractor. This is a 484 International tractor. So anyway, he had that. He has that same pump, different fuel filter setup, same pump though, so that's good. So I went and I checked his for timing, and his times, or his was set right, obviously, because his still runs, even though he's got 11,000 some hours on it, but it still runs, so we're good. And then, yeah, anyway, I went and checked his, figured out which mark his balancer was on, or his crank pulley was on when his pump was on, put mine to that too. That didn't do nothing, but anyway, it is what it is. Now we have fire and smoke and power and what have you, so I think we're going to be happy with what we've got. I've got some drips on my fuel filters, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'm just going to have to live with it for right now, I guess. So yay, it's running again. Now let's get rid of this goofiness here, get rid of that fuel filter anyway, or fuel pump anyway, and we'll go from there, I guess. But yeah, let's get rid of that thing, and we'll just put in a piece of rubber line, I guess, like I had it before, and we'll go from there. I don't know what else to do. So bear with me a little while I do that, and then we'll go see what happens with the dumb thing. I don't know. We'll just leave the hood off of it and go, I guess. Put the air filter back on. But anyway, guys, let me get this done, and we'll see what happens next. Hopefully, it goes to the field and does work, and it'll be good. Because I really need it to go to the field, do work, and be good. Okay, so after we removed the fuel pump, so we don't have to worry about that no more. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and fire it back up. Okay. Not much smoke at all, so let's see what happens here. Okay then. So I guess I gotta have a fuel pump. What sense does that make? grab that fuel pump to make it work. Which doesn't make any sense at all because it never had one before. This is getting really old. So yeah, about half throttle. About half throttle. Without the fuel pump. Got the fuel pump on it, it'll go ahead and run. So I guess let's put fuel pump on it again. All right, let's see what this finicky thing has in store for us this time. I found a loose fitting. It could possibly have been sucking air, so I didn't put the electric pump on it yet. So we know. Okay, so far so good on that. Okay then, so much for that idea. Let's put the electric pump back on and see if it'll run then. All right, so our magical electric fuel pump is back on, hooked up. It's running. Let's see what this goofy little piece of junk will do now. Throttle lever now, that's right. Okay, so now I have to wonder what exact scenario I hit on to make it run good when it ran good. This makes absolutely no sense at all. The only thing left, and I mean the only thing left, is the injection pump. Short of it having air in the line someplace, that's it. That's the only thing left it could be. And let's see, is there any way I can check to see if I got air in the line? I'm sure there is somewhere. Let's see. I had a roll of clear tubing here the other day, but I don't know where it went. Yeah, somewhere or another it ended up underneath the bush hog. Okay, cool. So we have this, which may or may not even work, I don't know, but I guess we're going to try a piece of it on somewhere here and see what we can do. So, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. You would think that with the little pump pushing on it, if I had a leak someplace out here that was causing it to pick up air, I would find it. I would think. I should say. I should say. But I don't see anything other than a drip out of the bottom of this filter right here. And I mean, you know, that's clamped about as solid as I can get it clamped. I don't see any leakage over here anywhere. I double hose clamped that one to try and make sure we didn't have a suction leak there. I just don't know. Don't know. And I'd really love to say that I don't care right now, but I shouldn't have never bought this damn thing. Shouldn't have ever bought this thing. That's what it amounts to right there. That's it. So yeah, I think as it stands, I'm going to go home and not worry about it anymore until someplace opens up so I can get more hose clamps, which probably be Monday, I would say, around here, really. Unless that is you want to go visiting with the COVID-19 epidemic. You know, the little local stores and stuff around here all closed on Sunday. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. Gonna write it off, call it a day, not worry about it tomorrow, and maybe we'll work on something else. I got a few other conundrum issues around here, but they're a little bit more simply dealt with, I think. So, yeah, stick around. We'll see you maybe tomorrow.